Hello again, YouTube. Here we are. Have the pleasure of having Woody with us again today. So thanks for being here, Woody, for this. As you can see, pole position race start from me, which was a bit of a shock. But thanks for being here.
Yeah, well, it's good to see the llama and the majestic boy on pole position.
Yes.
Once again here at Oschersleben circuit in Germany, and yeah, we saw a couple of races here last week that you did, and yeah, it's a great track. I haven't driven it for a long time, but definitely watching the races here has been a good experience. And this Toyota, it provides good racing wherever it goes.
It does.
So
yes.
hopefully we'll see some here today.
Yeah, it's been a good track. I've said before that this is probably my favourite track. It's probably quite an easy track to get used to learn, but once you learn it, it's very fun because I think it's quite a speedy track as well, which is something I like.
I think in this car as well, because the car's quite powered.
Yeah.
But it's got a decent amount of grip.
Yes.
I think it does feel like quite a fast circuit. I think some of the ones, if you took this car to say Spa or somewhere like that, I think you'd think that the circuit is massive, and you don't feel like you're doing a great deal.
No.
But yeah, it's reasonably narrow in places. It's got these tight, twisty sections where you've got to be on the ball.
Yeah, and I think, like I say, this track is done in about, probably I say the average time that I've seen across the board is probably about a 141, 142. I'm in the low 140s at the minute. The better drivers are in about the 138s, 137. So I think, probably.
It's not bad though, mate.
No, it's decent. But I think, like I say, a 141 lap isn't too bad around here. And like I say, somewhere like Spa or other tracks, it would feel a hell of a lot longer. Obviously, done a bit of F1 in the past, and we've driven around Spa a bit, and that's a very fast track, and it goes quickly in the F1 car. But as you say, these cars being underpowered compared to them, it would feel like an age. But yeah, this track, like I say, it's got a lot of tight bits. This part here is quite fun. Get it right, it can be quite tight. You get it wrong, you're done. You're in the gravel, you're in the wall. Yeah, this was a very enjoyable race, and it's weird being on pole because I feel like there's a lot of pressure at starting because you've got everything to lose once you're on pole.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can lose more with a standing start, but definitely with a rolling start, you become the safety car when it comes in, and you've decided to go quickly, and I think that's quite a smart thing to do, because I think I think sometimes people can wait too long, and that's where they get into a bit of trouble.
Yeah, they do, and that corner is a slow corner, so I figured because I'm at the head of the pack, get it in, get the pace quickly, and try and get something going. But this,
already a mistake.
Go a bit wide there. It's the first corner. It's the pressure. It's like you see everyone behind you, just like, oh my god, here we go. But yeah, wasn't too bad. I didn't actually realise how close I was to the white line there on that bit there. But I remember you were saying get as close to the white line as you can when you're going around these tracks.
Yeah, I think for the most part, I'd say that's true. It'll be interesting to see, because this section was definitely one where I thought you could improve
a bit wide. Yeah,
you can, that'll be the case again there. But see somebody poking their nose in.
Oh yeah.
Behind.
Yeah.
It's the first lap's always tough.
It is.
You've got to be careful. You've got to balance being careful and attacking.
Yeah, because I know that I've got everyone behind me that are going to be pushing for the attack because it's the first lap, and you want to get right up on the leader or a couple of cars ahead of you so you can put the pressure on. But the problem I have is I put the pressure on myself as well, and it's just a new experience, because typically I think my average qualification has been like maybe 10th or something, so I'm typically mid-pack, which I'm comfortable in. So being at the front was very awkward, and that corner was taking I was in the middle. It wasn't the best. I needed to prefer the left. But
interesting you mentioned that. My average qualifying on road and sports car is 9, so
oh nice.
So it's not really much different, because I think the way iRacing works, I think it always my word,
this was the pressure, and I know what I did there. I was braking and turning, but we had
where did he come from?
He came out of nowhere. And then
What's
I
the rejoin, mate?
it
Oh my
was
God.
it was close. But yeah, so that I was braking and turning at the same point, so that's why I lost the back end and we went out. Neon Boy just came out of nowhere, and absolutely, I think he must have been in the pits. And then
in the pit lane.
I think he
spinning into the pit lane or something.
I think he went into the pits and then was coming out and got it wrong.
Oh,
That's the only thing I can think of, because I can't, unless he did spin around it, but I'll have to have a look afterwards. And yeah, the rejoin
here again. I just want to see if you've learned from your mistakes a little bit here. Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, the rejoin was a bit questionable. I will say that it wasn't my best. But from the cockpit view,
What I think you could have done to improve that is just rejoin slightly wider.
Yeah.
And because if you know somebody's coming, like just rejoin that slightly wider, because then they might get a slight run on you, but they're not going to run into you.
Oh yeah, but from the cockpit view,
the
when you'll see the cockpit view as well. But when I'm coming out, he comes into my screenshot just as I'm turning left, so I don't actually see him until I actually
from where we are, then, isn't it?
Yeah, when I was actually in the race, I didn't see him at all. But I saw a gap on the map, so I thought, let's get in there.
Right.
But yeah, it was
tight. But
it was tight, and he did well to avoid me. I'll give him credit.
It wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't great, but it wasn't awful.
Well, if you watched the 16X video earlier, or if anyone else has watched it, they will see a rejoin by a Mazda where he comes straight across the track and manages to give me my next lot of 4X. But yeah, again, a bit wide there, not the best line.
That pit lane exit is similar to Montreal, isn't it? Where it sort of comes out in the middle of the second corner. So
it's horrible.
It's quite a sensible pit lane exit, really. But at the same time, if people are coming out right next to you, it can be a bit stressful.
Oh yeah, massively. Yeah.
Closing in on this mint-coloured boy here.
Yes, the mint boy. But yeah, I knew I had a bit of pace. Like I said, because we're watching the far chase. There's the I got a bit close to him. But you'll be able to see the timings on the cockpit view. But yeah, and then this guy on the right just stopped. I don't know what happened. I had to look back after the race, and I think he just... I don't know. He was in the pits, and then he was out, and then he was stopped. But we've got
a crash.
Yeah, we've got Subway off. Subway, and then he rejoins
Master.
a bit. Yeah, he didn't... He was a little bit questionable there. But I have a look up the inside of this guy. I think... Is it worth it? No, he's still, far too ahead.
Did well there to back out there, and
but I know I've got the beating of him.
It looks like it's unnerved him a bit as well, because he's trying to. He's not hit a single apex since you've been right behind him,
and then he has a bit of wobble. We've got a car off to the right,
facing the wrong way. And the good exit from you there to smoke as well on the right. So we're almost clear. There we go.
But yeah, I knew I had the beating of him. I knew I had the pace.
Another anime skin there for the waifus.
Yes, we like the anime skins.
I think that's the right way to say it. But yeah, there's the first.
And we've got a guy off here. Yeah.
That's
lots of
another
spins.
one.
We've got people just coming up left, right, and centre, and it's the Toyotas are very interesting. There seems to be a lot of incidents. There were a lot of incidents with this race.
It's weird because it's not that hard to control the car, and
it's not.
Seems to be a lot of incidents. But
I mean, I can't say I spun it out, but I know what I did. I was. It wasn't losing control. It was bad driving that caused my issue.
Those types of I get quite worried about those type of corners when I come to them. The ones where you sort of have to brake as you're turning one way and then immediately direction change to the other, because you can overdo it.
Yeah,
very easily.
Yeah. But that corner there, those little quick right lefts, I enjoyed that on this track.
You're using the track limits as well there.
It was that track limit previous is quite a difficult one. If you get it right, it's good, because obviously you can get good exits. But if you get it wrong and you do touch the grass, it's a bit of a nightmare.
That was a good line through there. I do think you could have come in. You could have gone a bit wider on the entry.
Yeah.
You could have gone a foot closer to the white line, and that would have been, giving you more space. But in general, you've improved even from when I was watching last. What was it, Tuesday, Wednesday, when we were here last? So,
no, it's definitely.
I can see the pace increase.
Yeah, it's definitely been a good track for me because I've definitely felt the improvements, and I think that's shown with my times. I was able to get down into the 139s at one point, and yeah, I think that just comes just by knowing the track and, like I say, knowing the limits, knowing where you can take that extra foot or two.
I'm guessing you're getting quite comfortable
Yeah, at
when
this
you're actually
point,
driving the car now, though, and actually sort of,
yeah,
you know what it's capable of, you know what it can't do. I think that's the most important thing with your race car is knowing what it can't do.
oh yeah, exactly, and that's where just knowing the car, like you say, knowing the car, knowing the track. That's why this has been a good week for me here. But this week is it Virginia North or somewhere?
Because we both had a little mini break, didn't we, like last week? And
Yeah,
sort of it wasn't really intentional, but it sort of ended up being a break, didn't it?
yeah, and it's good to take a bit of a time off and refresh.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see this blue car ahead of me. I know that I've got some pace on him. I was, like I said, checking the timings. I can see that I'm gaining on him.
That was a better line through that first part, and I can see you getting more confident with the second part because you're not hesitating on the throttle like you used to. And then here you can probably even go quicker through there.
This corner, I need to be a bit further left, and I still didn't get fully left as I would like. But yeah, getting that corner has just been a bit of a thing. I think once you get that corner right, it's quite comfortable because all the other corners feel a bit easy, not easy, but it feel easier than typically what I've experienced before. But yeah, this corner still it has its moments. It's still a tricky one to get right, I think.
Just because it tightens halfway through, that's the problem. It's sort of, it kind of opens out a little and then just tightens ever so slightly.
Yeah.
Just so you can't keep the power on as you're accelerating through.
Yeah, but
you're definitely getting these lines. You're definitely getting these lines better, though. You're definitely making more consistent lines. And I had a little cheeky look at your lap times before we started this, and they look very good, look very consistent. So, and that's what that was the main thing that we said at the very beginning, right? When you started doing this, was I want eventually, even if you 1-2 seconds off the pace, I want that consistency from you, and you've been showing it, and it's definitely got a lot better. And yeah, we'll have a spin, whatever. You saw my races the other day; they were a disaster, right?
We all can have them.
We all can have them, exactly. But the main thing is you're not having those every time.
No, for sure. But I'm getting a little bit more confident with this guy. I'm trying to push him a little bit here.
I do think that sort of half look though that you made, it's never good.
It's probably not.
Because and the only person it's not good for is you.
Yeah.
Because he knows you're not coming through. You're too far behind.
Yeah.
And I always think it's all right faking, but if you're gonna fake a look on the inside, say, go back on the racing line before the corner, slot in behind.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like the only time when really, like here, right? That I don't know what that was. Whether it was an attempt or whether it
wasn't
was
an attempt, no.
Just an unsettling thing. No.
Yeah.
Maybe that works because you're falling in line.
I think it was kind of a half attempt, just have a nose
there, right?
Yeah.
That's not so bad. But I would have maybe liked to just see you just go right back on the racing line, just behind him.
Yeah, because obviously you need to keep there.
Are you doing some of this for vision?
A little bit of vision, but also a little bit of just having a look to kind of think, is it worthwhile braking a bit later? Is there an opportunity? But because I'm getting the pace on him, I think there was a bit of eagerness from my part because I knew I was faster than this guy.
Here's
and so I have a bit of a cheeky look up here, but I'm never going to try and overtake someone there because that's just asking for trouble.
Exactly.
But yeah,
at least you're starting to figure out which corners you can, you can reasonably have a go in.
Oh yeah, exactly. And I'm gaining and gaining, so I again come out a little bit, have another look, consider braking deep, but I don't. I just, like I say, try and hold the line a bit better.
That is one though. That's a corner where that will never work.
Yeah.
Unless you're alongside, that will never work. So I'm glad you haven't gone for it, but you have lost a couple of car lengths because of that half.
Yeah.
There's two things for me, right? I consider myself very good at defending my position, and I consider myself fairly good at overtaking. And the two things that I would say is, if you're going to defend to the white line and don't defend fresh air.
Yeah.
But also don't try and overtake fresh air either.
No, that's a good point. But here, he's gone a bit wide there.
Yeah.
I've got a bit of
but he's pulled away, you see. He's pulling away slightly. So unless you've got enough momentum that you can easily get alongside. But this is the thing, right? I'm not saying this is a criticism.
No.
I'm saying this because I'm quite pleased that you're sticking in there behind and you're being patient.
And we do have our old Neon friend. You might hear the extra engine in the background. Our Neon friend is getting quite close to us as well.
Was he a lap down?
I think Neon was, yeah, because there we go.
Oh, it's him again, yeah.
Yeah, it's him. This guy is an absolute crazy, batshit, fucking disco raving lunatic, right? You'll see why,
like a disco raving lunatic. He looks like a Tonic sweet rapper.
But here we go, like, so I've gone a bit wider because I see him there. I'm like, this guy's a bit of a nut job, so I'm giving him some space.
He's backed off, good.
He backs off, and then again, I just make sure I brake a little bit harder, make sure I can hit my lines, get through, and give up. But I'm here now thinking this guy's adding pressure, so I've taken some of your advice, and I'm just making sure that if this guy's going to be an idiot, because I think he was probably one of the faster cars potentially on the track, and he had an incident, and that's why he was in the pits earlier. I'm just thinking this guy's a lap down. You'll see on the timing screens that it's blue, so it shows he's a lap down. I'm just like, yeah, just go, mate, just go. But here we go. But I don't know why he gets so close to me.
Oh, he's trying to bump draft you. He's trying to bump draft you past that car in front, but I don't really know why.
Right, I don't. So I'm guessing is that where you nudge someone forward and it gives you a bit more pace?
You both get faster usually by doing it, but at the end of the straight, it's a bit daft.
I mean, here again, like
I just don't know why he doesn't pass you.
I know, and he's nudging me there, and I'm just like,
he's far too quick.
Yeah,
he's quicker than the pair of you.
Exactly, and this is why I don't understand.
If I was you though, I would just back off and let him through.
Well, there is
the easiest thing to do is just literally hit the brake. You're faster than this blue guy, right?
Yeah, but he's gone a bit wide, so he's messed it up there a bit. But I didn't want to let I was thinking I'll let the guy through, but here we go. I get a bit of a look down inside. He shuts the door a little bit, which I think's a bit.
Yeah, a little bit, but he's it was fair enough.
But this guy behind me,
a bit cheeky, but it's okay.
I'm thinking this guy behind me is just going to cause an incident. So, but here I get a good exit.
Run, but this is what I'm talking about. You've got a good run. This is the time.
So that whole situation there, because you can see him getting close to blue guy as well. This whole situation for me there was, I have to get past the blue guy before Neon overtakes me because he's a bit of a muppet.
But
and
what I would have done is I would have if this was me, I would have let that guy through, and I would have followed him as close as you could. And then when he inevitably shits up this guy,
then
because he will, then that's when you go through.
Yeah.
Or worst case scenario, you end up on the back of the blue car.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing that can happen there, is you end up on the back of the blue car. I'm guessing there's nobody behind you for position.
No, that blue car.
At this point.
No, the blue car was position. Yeah.
The blue car's position.
Oh yeah, but after that.
Before that, when the neon guy was around you.
Oh yeah, that wasn't. Yeah.
No, but there was nobody behind you immediately.
No, not immediately. No.
Yeah, so you letting him through because he's a lap down doesn't do anything to ruin your race.
Oh no, exactly.
The worst thing that can happen is that for some reason he doesn't hold up the blue guy and you've lost maybe a second. But you're so quick on this guy that you get the second back.
Yeah, I mean that's probably a better way to look at it. Let's say it's probably
that's inexperience though.
Being a bit newer, I was just thinking get past the blue guy and let the blue guy hold up him. And then,
but that is another way of doing it. It's fine. What you've done is fine.
Yeah, because my thinking was also that the blue guy's probably going to defend against this guy, and then it's going to slow him up a bit because he has to defend. So gives me a bit more of a gap.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. I would have just thought this guy's a bit of trouble.
Yeah.
Get him out of my way, and let him go and bother the other guy.
Yeah, that probably would have been a more sensible one.
Because that de-stresses you then.
Oh yeah, I mean that whole section was stressful as hell.
And you might be able to have a laugh, a crash if they crash into each other.
Yes, this is always true.
And speaking of crashes, there's a Mazda up there, isn't there?
There is. The production. I always find the production car challenge quite interesting because you see.
I'm surprised I haven't seen any Clios recently in these.
There was one Clio the other day, but I only saw the one. But yeah, I've not. That was only in the practice. But yeah, there's not a lot going on. But these Mazdas ahead.
Because Clayton's not there.
Well, there is that. Yeah, there's no one likes the Clios anymore.
Doesn't have his entourage with him.
Yeah. But no, it's but again, here we go. Neon's got past him. So at this point, I'm thinking like what you said earlier. I'm thinking, get out of this little mid section with a few twists and turns, and then as soon as there's a chance, let him by and let him go do his own race. Because
I would agree. You don't want him messing with you, especially if he's a lap down.
Exactly.
And honestly,
yeah.
He's a bit of a pillock if he's got. He shouldn't be getting near other cars realistically because he needs to look at his own safety rating and things like that. And he's he's a lap down. He's damage limitation anyway. He's going to lose some I rating.
Yeah.
So make sure you save some I rating. And just get through.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't be a nuisance to other cars.
So I brake a little bit earlier here just to let him.
He's still trying to let you go in front. Like,
yeah.
Oh.
I don't. So that made I stayed a bit wider, and like I said,
let him go and crash into that Mazda up there.
Well, that is the thing, yeah. But it was. I mean, I just don't understand what it was playing at. So again, but I got the opportunity to let him through.
I don't know unless he was actually legitimately.
I mean, then he almost goes into the back of the Mazda as well.
Unless he was legitimately trying to help you, in which case he wasn't sort of being very helpful in a way.
It wasn't, but we'll never know because, yeah, we don't have the voice cons. But it was just a bit strange.
If that was on an oval, you know, you'd be grateful for it and you take it, and the guy's trying to help you, and you'll get the extra couple of tenths. But on on here, especially in rookies, don't go doing that. I'll be honest. If any rookies are watching, don't do that. It's stupid. He's just asking for trouble, and you know, if it was somebody who was sort of not in control of the car, luckily it was you. But if it was somebody else then you're just going to cause an accident and ruin both your safety ratings.
No, exactly, yeah, and as we saw with the 16X video, which is worthwhile having a look at, you literally 4 of those X's were my fault. One incident was my fault. The others, I feel like I was just targeted. I was a victim. I was just everything you want. But no, it's just a rookie racing. And again, the Mazdas.
But you do feel like that. I mean, you saw that TCR race that I had a few weeks ago, the Zandvoort one. You saw that, didn't you? Where I got hit so hard twice that I was convinced it was intentional until I watched the replay, and then I was convinced that it wasn't.
Oh yeah, and it can feel like that in the heat of the moment.
Oh,
sure.
Every single accident that you have feels like that at the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
The heat of the moment.
Why me?
Yeah, it is a bit why. One of it's why me, and then the other one's like you idiot or whatever. That is your first. Thought is.
Oh yeah.
This person's an idiot. They've hit me off. It's their fault. Blah blah blah. And then you look, and then usually you find that maybe 60% of it is their fault, and then 40% of the incidents are probably your fault.
Yeah.
And you move on.
No one's perfect, and like you know, I said earlier, I've thrown in a few protests here and there. I've had one that was a no, one that was a can't find blame, but will warn this person, and another was this person's at fault. So you know.
And then you had another one just the other day, which was it's probably their fault, but it wasn't intentional. So we're just gonna give them we're just gonna basically have a word.
Just tell them
to be a bit
careful.
I was saying that's really good for my racing because you know what I want. That's the job I want. Yeah. Right.
iRacing
protest reviewer.
Yeah. That'd be good. You Look to do it.
I think I'd be really good at that. To be honest.
You've got a lot of experience. I think that's what. That's what it's like with VAR, isn't it? Football.
TV to Massachusetts or wherever they are.
Do it. You'll be in America soon, so just drop by the office. But no, you're not wrong. It's like VAR. You need people who drive or understand the game, or in whatever sport it is, you need people who understand it to be dealing out the penalties and looking at the reviews for any
I would love that job.
telling
That'd be
us.
the best job. That'd be the best job in the world.
Yeah, especially when you get to
Like,
ban
well,
people.
and I'm
We
not
just got-
even.
You
I'm
got
not
a big
even
red
taking.
button, haven't you? Just ban, ban,
I'm
ban.
not even taking the. Oh, the ban hammer would come out.
The ban hammer.
I'd buy a new ban hammer. It'd be a ban gavel, actually. I'd buy a gavel.
Oh, we had a
And
mate
then
spin
I'd
off.
there was a spin, and then every protest decision, right? I would send them a video of me smashing the gavel and going guilty, you know, like
Brilliant.
that, right? And then I racing it, you know, I racing it. They'd love me. It'd be great.
Yeah. But yeah, this race has sort of devolved into a bit of a lone race now, because the two guys who are in 1 and 2 as it stands, they were just miles ahead. They were in the like 139s, 138s. They were having a really good race. So for me, it became a bit more of a concentration now. So I kind of felt like I was in the very top end of the bottom set of rookies.
Middle. What position are you in at the moment, by the way?
3. So we're comfortably in 3rd now.
Okay.
Getting past the guy in blue.
I hadn't paid attention, honestly, because I didn't realise how many
fine.
cars had gone past you when you spun.
I think I went from 1st to about 5th or 6th, and then getting past blue guy was that's probably something I didn't mention as well. Is that the reason I was so desperate to get past the blue guy and probably kept having a look and stuff was because that was for 3rd, and I was like, I started on pole, I want my podium back. So I was determined to get back on it, because it was like, because that spin was my fault, and like I said, I knew I wasn't going to catch the
Is that
guys.
the white flag?
It might have been. I wasn't looking, but it could have been. What they need on the replay is a little thing in the bottom corner that tells you what number it is without having all the gubbins on.
There was definitely a guy waving something. I'm guessing it was the white flag because you haven't stopped yet. So.
Yeah, it would have been. But yeah, it was very. Blue guy's just on the right. But yeah, it was. That's probably what added more pressure, and again added more pressure when our neon mate came in. Was because I was fighting for the position back. It was fighting for everything I needed.
I will say that before we go, though, that I do think this is the best driving I've seen from you so far.
I appreciate that.
So, but you know, really good consistency. I want to do one thing with you before you hop off. I know you haven't got a lot of time later on, but once this is finished, I'll jump in a test in this car, this track, and I'll see
what times you can do.
If I can get near you, yeah. Exactly.
I think you'll probably. I think you should be able to get past me. I said my best time.
No, I've watched a lot of laps here, but I haven't done any. So
I think my best time was about 39.8. I want to say 39.8, 39.9 potentially.
That'll be a good target to aim for. Because you've passed a few Mazdas. I'm guessing it's not the track for the Mazda because of a lot of technical sections. They're not really. They're better in the straight lines, aren't they? Than the.
You said that, but interestingly, I this is the first time I actually drove was with the Mazdas.
Toyota. What's that?
It's the end of the.
Is it out of fuel?
No, this is just last lap, all done.
Yeah, but he was very slow.
He was. I don't think it'd be out of fuel because of just how it is. It's all set up.
Is it fixed?
Yeah, it's all fixed. But yeah, there we go. That was a good 3rd. That was podium. That was started 1st, finished 3rd. I'll take it. But yes, once again, thanks for being here, Woody. Thanks
mate,
for
no
YouTube
worries.
watching.